Good afternoon, this is Venus R.R. Velez of the Killing School campaign. Before we get started, I will have to inform you that there is to be some content warning in today's episode. There's going to be mentions of parental abuse, suicidal ideation, and implied self-harm. So if any of these topics bother you, please turn away now. For those of you who are willing to stay with us, thank you. And we hope you enjoy the final chapter of the Killing School campaign. We're ready.
I'm ready.
Depression. We are live.
I'm ready. No, I'm not. I'm lying.
No one's ready. Because this is it, folks.
This is
the end.
I was originally
this
going to do
all
this
done in
into
one
two.
stream.
Yeah, I was originally going to do it into two, but then I decided to ask my players.
And we all said, let's get this over with.
Let's get this over with in one fucking session. Oh my gosh.
Let's rip that Band-Aid off.
For the last time, let's all introduce ourselves. My name is Venus R.R. Velez. I am Monomi, and Torrance Camphill, the ultimate cheerleader, and Charlotte Bosley, whose talent I believe we're finding out today.
Yep. This is it.
So it's CastaMelody here, playing the character of Circe.
I am the co-DM, Greenhand, playing the roles of Monokuma and Friedrich LaRue.
The ultimate chess master, as which he fucking demonstrated last time.
He did the Batman Gambit of all Batman Gambits. Anyways, hi, my name is Will, and I play the character of Richie Parker.
The Bronx dude.
I think he's actually from Queens.
Yeah, he's our little drummer boy.
Da, 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 da.
I hate that nickname.
My name is Travis G.A. I am playing Xavier Katzenberry, the ultimate knight.
Oh, he prefers swordsman.
Knight for swordsman.
Yeah.
Swordsman is more modest.
Yeah.
But the dude has proved over the course of the campaign that, he's gonna be a knight someday.
Oh, Wisteria, are you still here?
Well, dang.
Yeah. Damn it.
Wisteria?
Did her setup break? I'll message her because she's still online.
Okay, and she's in the call,
You can
too.
see that we were prepared, ladies and gentlemen.
As you can see, clearly.
Live, everybody!
Hi!
Hi, Dr. Nick!
Time for the zombies. Time for the zombie apocalypse.
You mean the Monokuma apocalypse?
But,
Point still stands.
Holds up Ultra Despair Girls.
Hey, you got me thinking of that one scene where the Monokumas are dancing again.
Oh. Oh.
And it's Thriller Night.
Oh, great! It's storming in my Dreamline Valley game.
oh no.
Oh no.
Nothing can go wrong.
Oh no! It all went wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And so the roof goes on, and nothing can go wrong.
Oh no! It all went wrong.
It went wrong.
Are we?
At least we're
So,
starting early.
yes.
Yeah.
Are we? Are we
Ready.
officially ready
Depression.
to get started?
Do we have
Yeah,
our
we at
shit-
least know what scene is coming
Depression.
first.
Okay. Do we have our shit together? Do we all have it out of our system?
Yes.
I think
When do
so.
we have our shit together? We're the most random bunch of the group.
I'm just making
Take it
sure that you're
away.
ready to actually play the game.
Yeah.
Take it
That's
away,
what we're that's
Green.
what we're here to do.
One last time.
Yes.
When we left
So-
off,
Well, yes. So, are we fine to continue without Wisteria for the moment?
for the moment, yes.
All right. So, I'm sort of. I know I wasn't here during the last session when things really started to unfold. So I'm just going to sort of rewind the scene a bit, reset the scene.
All right.
It is sometime after the 5th trial. After everything seems to have been all said and done, and the dust settles, you are greeted with 2 familiar figures who, by all odds, should not be here. Soaking wet to the bone is the ultimate cheerleader and the ultimate chess master, alive and well. Before anybody has a chance to say anything, Friedrich speaks up. All of you, come with us right now.
This is important.
This can't be real.
I have multiple questions right now.
This can't be real.
We'll answer them.
Xavier.
We will answer them later. If you dawdle, you will get left behind. Hurry. And then Friedrich hurries over towards the forest by the 3rd zone.
This has to be a trick. This has to be.
If it's a trick, it's
I-
convincing.
Come
saw
on! Torrance
Focus!
just grabs Richie's hand and pulls him along as she follows Friedrich to the forest by the 3rd zone. Charlotte just breathes in, breathes out, takes Circe and Wisteria by the hand, and brings them along, following Torrance, Friedrich, and Torrance.
Xavier just kind of he runs to his cabin, grabs one thing before following the others.
What do you grab?
A familiar laptop.
Oh,
Okay.
with the email that is frozen into the
Yep.
screen. Okay.
Okay. So, Friedrich looks around, makes sure that all the other 6 of you are all here, and he brushes aside some leaves and foliage to reveal that hatch in the forest floor, now wide open.
What?
Get in.
Don't ask
Zip.
questions. Don't ask questions. Let's get in.
What she said! Don't ask questions! Get in! I'll make sure Monokuma doesn't follow you!
This is real.
Get in.
Thank you, Monomi.
Xavier just kind of looks at Richie and says, "I don't think we have a choice, my friend."
I have so much to do.
Torrance just hops down into the hatch. Charlotte climbs down the ladder.
And I
Xavier kind of grabs Richie with one hand and kind of pulls them both into the hatch.
You're breaking up a bit. Can you say that again?
Xavier
Xav-
pulls Richie in.
Yeah, Xavier essentially pulls Richie in.
Okay. And I'm guessing Casta and Wisteria are also in? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
Circe.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, Casta is in. But she wanted her One-chan to catch her because she was gonna jump as well.
Okay.
And
So-
Wisteria just went down the ladder.
All right. As soon as Monomi sees the
in any
last
case,
of...
after everybody has entered, Friedrich is the last to enter, and he closes the hatch behind them.
Monomi
locking it
covers the
shut.
path again.
Can I ask questions now?
Now we have some time to ourselves. And
Yeah.
I
Xavier
do
just-
imagine...
Richie just fucking runs into Torrance and hugs her tight.
Okay.
Torrance
Xavier-
comes back.
Xavier walks over to Friedrich, kind of grabs him by the collar and says, "What is this? We saw you die!"
What in the name of Hecate above is going on?
Our plan succeeded. That's what happened.
And you didn't think to let any of us know?
You couldn't have known. If you did, you would have endangered the plan. It had to remain strictly between myself and Torrance.
Why Torrance, though? Yeah, that's what I was wondering too at first.
The ditzy dumb blonde and the master chess player working together. Would any of you have suspected that were the case?
He's
I assure you.
right.
I assure
He's
you,
got a point.
Monokuma certainly didn't. And that's what we were banking on. I shall start from the beginning.
Please do.
Flashback
After-
to chapter 2.
Well, no,
Wait.
so after the events of the first trial, I somewhat had a bit of a revelation. The bodies of both Eric and Marjan seem to disappear completely. I can only imagine that Monokuma would be moving them. And after Daya disappeared, my thoughts were only confirmed even more. So, I figure we would stage a murder in order for us to get behind enemy lines, so to speak.
And
So
he...
you have to wait till now to do this?
Yes. Was
To be honest,
it-
I was a bit hesitant on joining him, but then Grace died.
Yeah, that is a good point.
we got behind into the underbelly of this killing game, we could potentially end it in one fell swoop. Regrettably, this game has gone on much longer than I'd like. But this is where we are.
Yeah.
We agreed to... The doll's eyes berries are indeed poisonous, but when they were paired with certain counter-agents, they instead induce a death-like state.
That's
akin
why
to a
I
coma.
That's why I found the counter medication.
Antidote.
Yes,
The
the green rose.
the green rose extract. I took some with some of the berries in the middle of the night.
Thankfully, her state, she was put so close to death that it fooled not only you, but Monokuma as well. He believed that she had died. Therefore, a trial would commence. Naturally, I took on the role as the blackened, but I purely did this to buy Torrance time.
Wait,
Well,
you
we-
said you were doing it at the middle of the night?
I took the pills in the middle of the night and then you guys spent the rest of the night investigating my death. I only woke up shortly after you left.
Interesting.
Yeah.
While the investigation and the trial commenced, Torrance had free reign of this entire facility underneath the campgrounds. Luckily, she was able to stop my execution before it was too late.
Come on, I'll show you. Torrance then leaves everybody along. You go a bit deeper into this cavern-like area when you see a small pool that leads directly to the lake.
Son of a bitch! There was another way in here.
But I doubt any of us could have
There
held
would
our
have.
breaths that long.
Yeah,
None of-
we're like 30 feet beneath the surface right now.
We could only make use of this exit from the other side. One couldn't simply dive down and enter this facility. Torrance was only able to get inside through whatever means Monokuma uses to collect the corpses.
Or rather, Monomi.
Now,
She was the one who brought me here.
now,
Yeah, I
warn-
suspect Monokuma would use Monomi to clean up after his own self.
Now, I should mention, Monokuma knows that we are both alive, and now that the five of you are missing, he's going to be looking for us all. Thankfully, I don't suspect that he'll be able to find us as long as we stay underground.
So this is
Right.
where we live for the rest of our lives?
I
No.
doubt it. It'll.
We're
knowing
getting out
Mono-
of here. I promise you that.
There are important things to find down here.
Yeah.
Finally, we can do what
You're probably right.
we can do what we set out to do from the beginning, to end the killing game from the inside.
In that case, Charlotte says, let's get to work.
Yeah.
Monomi can only stall for so long.
Yeah, better do it now.
Xavier kind of looks at Friedrich for saying, I need to tell you something.
Speak.
Apparently, Hope Speak Japan has disavowed Hope Speak West.
His face changes only slightly. Truly now. That complicates matters.
It does.
He nods before giving him the pamphlet? Note? Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And, like he says, it was supposed to be shut down, changed presentation. Or apparently the Japan branch would have sued.
So you're saying we got scammed?
I've heard no such conclusion to this debacle. Perhaps it's
I
still
wouldn't
ongoing.
I wouldn't say scam, but more trick, considering the fact that we got pulled into this killing game in the first place.
Scam schmam.
Interesting to say the least. But there's yet more to uncover.
Yeah. There's plenty of places to look. Where do we start?
What do you suggest, Onei-chan?
I suggest she turns to this. She turns to this giant set of computer screens and keyboards. Excuse me. I suggest we start here.
We can split up if you'd like. Cover more ground.
I'm gonna stick with Onei-chan.
I'm not leaving her side ever again.
Okay.
Wherever Torrance goes, I go. Right?
Wisteria, Xavier, Friedrich, what about you three?
Three of us can venture elsewhere.
All right. Let's split up and we'll reconvene in 1 hour.
All right.
Indeed.
And who shall we go to first?
How about we start with Circe and Richie's group?
I was thinking the donation.
Well, yeah.
Cersei went with Charlotte. I went with Torrance.
Yes, so
I
three
figured,
groups.
I figured the four of you were all one group.
Oh. So, okay. To clarify, it is 2 groups of 2 and then...
One group of 3.
Correct?
Yeah, is it? I'll take your silence as a yes.
Let's start
so,
with
yeah.
Cersei and Charlotte.
All right. We'll switch off between them every so often.
All right. Cersei and Charlotte, you are at the monitoring system where you see footage from all 5 areas of the camp, actually.
God.
Fuck? You see the entire camp now. What the hell?
Yeah, there's that feeling of being watched.
Yep. What the hell? Okay. The camp just decided to be just giant. Let me unlock you. Fit to screen. There we go. And now you have a map of the entire camp minus the underbelly.
Yeah, this is definitely creepy.
How's would Monokuma know who killed whom, in what place, and with which weapon?
Let's see if there's anything else on this computer instead of this creepy site.
All right. Charlotte begins looking past all of the security footage and finds a bunch of file folders.
Whoa, that's a lot of folders.
All right. She clicks on one labeled Mother Kuma.
Mother Kuma?
The fuck?
Charlotte clicks on it, and she basically gets set to the setup of the device. This must be the programming system.
So it's called Mother Kuma.
Says it has access to both the cameras as well as the Monokuma and Monomi units to interact with us. And it looks like they can be controlled remotely, meaning whoever's behind us doesn't need to be here.
Clever.
And it's getting signals from New York.
Signals from New York?
Likely control signals on how Monokuma and Monomi interact with us. Or other features.
But this also means that Monomi might be in control if this thing were to hit her.
I know. Special command phrase. Huh? allows whoever speaks it to have ultimate control of the killing game as well as a Monokuma
So it's,
in the camp.
so it's voice activated to only the mastermind?
Seems like it.
Well, this only complicates matters.
And of course, they don't have it anywhere for any of us to see. Almost like
Or
they
at least not
anticipated
yet.
us being down here.
Out of character, or at least not yet. Weak, not judge.
At least not yet, yeah. And she gets to a folder about Sphinx.
Hey, Sphinx Project!
Sphinx.
Now to find out fully what this damn project was about.
No, it wasn't a project. It was an organization.
Yes,
Point still stand!
I know. There's an espionage. All right. Charlotte opens the folder, and she sees 4 files. History, Martinez, Minerva, Jiraiya.
Let's start with history.
Okay. Espionage Agency, the original Hope's Peak Academy, has hired this agency to look into Hope's Peak West to find a way to shut us down.
Holy crap!
We need to stop them at any costs before they expose us.
Is that what the note says, or is that what you said?
That's what the note says, yes.
Making sure.
Okay.
Still, holy crap. If only they knew what terrible fate they were going to be held upon when they got here. Let's take a look at the other 2 folders.
Which one do you want to start with?
3.
3.
3. Jiraiya.
Can someone tell me how to spell that quickly?
Jiraiya.
Thank you.
Basically, it's the biblical term.
Yeah,
Not
I know.
biblical
I'm
term.
just trying to put it down
Not
for
the
truth bullets.
biblical term. I meant the ninja name. God damn it! I got my history confused.
Oops.
It's fine. I'm just
okay.
I'm trying to just get it all down for the truth bullets.
All right.
I know.
Agent
Still, I'm embarrassed
Jiraiya.
to let this happen.
Agent Jiraiya. Born 14th of April in Yokohama, Japan. Current age 17. Member of Sphinx for 12 years. Infiltrated under the title of Ultimate Bodyguard.
Wait. Ultimate Bodyguard? You don't mean...
Yeah.
Holy shit, he was part of the Sphinx Project!
The Sphinx organization.
Yeah. He was.
I'm in a state of panic right now. Do you think correcting me is good right now?
Let's just leave her as is.
He was an agent right under our noses!
Uh-huh.
I thought he was a cool dude!
He was.
Well, yeah, he was, but you get my point. Anyways, let's see the other one.
There's still the folders labeled Martinez as well as Minerva.
Let's see Martinez.
All right. Augusto Martinez moved to New York City in order to be with his daughter, Grace, as she attended school here.
Grace, oh my god!
That Martinez was her dad. Upon learning a grave secret, he was murdered to keep quiet. Investigation assigned to Jiraiya and Minerva.
And that was also the murder thing from that other file that we saw.
Yeah.
Shit. What about the other one?
You see Charlotte hesitate before clicking on that folder. She doesn't even look at it. She just keeps her eyes closed. Date of birth, 26th October in Nova Scotia. Current age 16. Member of Sphinx since birth. Infiltrated Hope's Peaks West under the title of Ultimate Analytical Prowess.
Wait. Minerva was also a member?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I think I get it now.
Friedrich
Not yet!
was right. Minerva did make her way into camp.
She was just right under our noses. Just like... Oh my god.
I was. Yeah.
Wait. You were?
And cut to the next group.
All right. We have Friedrich leading Wisteria and Xavier down a different corridor. It's rather long, so they have a bit of time to say anything they want before they arrive to wherever Friedrich is leading them.
Where are we going?
Somewhere not pretty.
What do you mean, not pretty?
That's pretty vague, Friedrich.
You'll understand when you see it. I suppose after that, he pushes open this wide set of steel doors, and you sort of arrive at this extremely spacious locale, almost like the inside of a warehouse, but deep under the ground. In fact, you're sort of standing on like a catwalk of sorts that looks down above this huge space, and Friedrich finds a switch on the wall, pulls it down, and then rows of lights, one at a time, ka-chunk, 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 turn on and illuminate.
Man, I wish we had production value for this.
Yeah. You see a menagerie of different machines. You see what looks like a gigantic mechanical dragon of sorts. You see a pirate ship and a huge mash of different saws and like blades sort of haphazard together. And those are just the ones that stand out to you. There's also something like an arena with sniper rifles mounted around the rim, or a gigantic cast iron pot.
In layman's terms, you found the execution room.
Yes.
Thank you for spelling it out.
This
Really, Casta?
Well, I had to put it in layman's terms for those who don't get it.
Anyway, so two of you look over all of this, and Friedrich turns to you too. Do you notice What's peculiar about this?
Xavier looks around and says, "This, almost all of this has to do with someone's special talent."
These look familiar to you? As he points down to the level, and you see that gigantic mechanical falcon. The one that executed Antonio. These are definitely execution machines. But not just the ones that we've seen before. Do you understand?
Ones that were never used because the people they were intended were murdered.
That pirate ship clearly wasn't for anyone that was executed, but I can think who that was for.
Exactly.
As are all
But
the others.
it stands to reason that most of these machines would go unused one way or another. However, they were clearly all built for each of us, just in case.
Xavier looks over at Mysteria before he just says, "Then what would have Monokuma planned for us?"
I do wonder.
Out of context, Xavier was probably the dragon. St. George myth and all that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Friedrich sort of wordlessly turns and starts walking down the staircase that leads to the ground floor of this level. You can also see that there's something of like a pathway that leads along the floor that allows you to sort of walk by these machines to get a closer look.
Yeah, Xavier follows and like he's 100% just speechless about everything.
Is Wisteria.
You walk by and you do see something of things that dredge up painful memories. You see something that looks like a Monokuma orchestra calling back to Marjan's execution. You see the mechanical scorpions and snakes for Lawrence, but also what looks like a gigantic weed whacker, a machine with gigantic fists attached to a humanoid robot, and of course you see the dragon um, with what looks like a flamethrower attached in its mouth, the gigantic cauldron, which could and something that seems to be a boiling vat of acid right above it. At the same time, you also see a comically oversized drum kit and a sort of a large, oversized coffin as well. And next to all of those are the ones that definitely have not been used yet. You see portraits, just like the ones in the class trial, bearing your faces with customized X's over them. Never used, but ready and waiting, just in case.
We're all supposed to die.
It would seem that was the fate intended for us.
One way or another, you mean?
Friedrich keeps walking. He strolls to the very end of the room, where a smaller device sort of rests. It looks to be a chair of sorts, with um, a large sort of computer rested underneath it, and above it is something of like a concave dish that looks like it would be lowered onto the person sitting in it. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what this machine does.
Electric chair?
Not quite.
Siri, you got anything?
Can you describe it again? It's not an
Yes,
electric chair.
it looks like a large chair, almost something kind of comfortable, as if you're meant to recline in it, but with a large dish that would rest above one's head, and a large sort of computer body that sort of takes up the bulk of it underneath.
You know, this isn't the answer, but I'm thinking of one of those chairs from Saul. But it's probably not that.
There are no straps or restraints meant to keep anybody seated down.
Hmm.
Do, 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 do,
I give
do,
up.
do.
This, if I'm to be believed, if my investigation is to be believed, is a memory erasing device.
What?
It can selectively remove memories from a person. The current level of the batteries on this thing suggest that it has been used before, but there's no way to tell exactly what was removed from whom.
I have a random guess.
You are not here.
I know, but I had to say it.
DM it.
Okay, now I
Xavier
can.
looks at Friedrich and says, "What about us? What about our memories of ever being here?"
As long as we don't remember, it's entirely plausible.
Because I remember we found a picture, and it was like we were all near. There was a sign that said, like, end of summer. It had all of us on it.
Remind me, did Friedrich ever see this picture himself during the last session?
I do not think he did.
No.
Nope. This happened after his quote unquote execution.
Okay, so at that, his eyes widen just a little more. Then it's all but confirmed. We have been subject to this device. But to what end?
Probably. Were we willing, or did we?
No, that's probably not true. It's very likely that this machine was used so that we were more likely to engage in this killing game. After all, if this game had started after we'd known each other for some time, it probably wouldn't have turned out the same way.
So, how long have we actually been here?
I cannot say. Longer than we think. At least 3 months, if I may wager a guess.
Gotta be longer.
As a reminder, it has started to snow.
It has started to snow.
Yeah, that is true. I think if that is it, we can move on to the next group.
Richie and Torrance. I'm guessing they haven't gotten much investigating done because Richie's just too busy hugging her.
Absolutely true. We cut it into the middle of a tender moment of Richie literally trying to give back the scrunchies.
Hey.
These belong to you.
Did you take these from my hair?
Yeah, because I wanted something to remember you by.
Torrance then just ties up her loose hair and puts it back into a pigtail.
There. There we go. Just need to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Bring her back.
I'm
So let's just try to find something.
yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just please, don't ever leave me again.
Okay. So, while Charlotte and Circe are at the computers and Friedrich is essentially giving the other two members a grand tour, Torrance and Richie are searching another part. Mainly just papers.
A lot of papers.
Yeah. That's. Well, I hate being underground means there's no freaking light anywhere.
Yeah, we could definitely use that.
Good thing these have a long battery life, Torn says, taking out her e-handbook, turning the flashlight on.
Click.
It's not much, not like the flashlights from the cabins, but it's gonna have to do.
Yep.
It's mainly just a series of mysterious messages. Emails that have been printed out and decrypted by hand.
Somebody must have worked hard on this.
No clue on the sender or the recipients, but the messages express worry. One of the senders is assuaging the others, mentioning a camp in British Columbia, deemed free from prying eyes. Prying eyes? Is that why we're here?
Maybe.
I mean, I guess the opposite end of the continent and past national borders kind of makes sense. Don't think anybody would be looking for us here.
I just hope it was the media they were talking about. That's something else.
I hope so too.
I mean, you all saw the pamphlet. We got heckin' bamboozled.
Yeah. Oh God. I remember that one talent scout who approached me after our school won cheer nationals. Comes up to me saying that he was very impressed that I was able to perform even with a fucking concussion, that he invited me to attend Hope's Peak. Turns out that was a fucking lie.
We still got each other out of it, at least. That's one silver lining.
I guess, yeah.
When we get back, I'm suing those assholes for everything they got too.
Some more emails regarding a new subject entirely. Children of the Tragedy.
Huh?
What? Is this related to the world ending? Apparently. But
If the world ended, if we're still here.
I'm guessing you've all. Let's. Gonna skip the spiel that's beforehand, and let's just say
The biggest,
they know
most
of the
awful.
killing. They know of. They know now. I think we might have gone over the killing school life before.
Yeah, we've gone over the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
And the children of the tragedy appears to be part of the results. After the defeat of their founders, the remnants of despair were taken in and rehabilitated. However, there were some who, following the despair, continued to fight in their name until the Future Foundation put an end to the tragedy. That doesn't mean that they won't raise their kids on those same beliefs, and that these families of despair didn't spread it across the world. These children born by those influenced by despair are hence known as the children of the tragedy.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Infants
Well, I guess the
born-
world began again, and ended again. Can't wait for it to begin again.
Children of the tragedy. May I continue, please?
Yes.
Name refers to infants born during the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, whose parents have fallen to despair. Refers to those children raised during the tragedy, some of which had become adults recently. Future Foundation took great lengths to search for them all, but ultimately gave up after 1 year of searching just Japan.
They weren't all in Japan. Oh my god.
It's always out of context. It's Americans. It's always American.
Not always.
Remember, not all characters in this are from America.
These are the
I'm just
only
being-
two Americans here. Anyway, shall we continue?
Hey, I'm just saying, when people think of foreign countries, if they're in America, they think of Russia. If they're anywhere else, they think of America.
Anyway, Children of the Tragedy finally made a move when they launched a misinformation campaign. Over time, sources are rewritten and replaced, muddying clarification regarding events surrounding the tragedy. Since every killing game has been tied back to Hope's Peak, that means Hope's Peak was responsible, the two going hand in hand. So, the school fucking planned this, didn't they?
It seems so. And then they were like, oh hell no, we're not. Oh hell no, I see what's happening, and then just backed out.
I hope so. But
If
why
they
would
did, at least they did something right.
But why would these be given by, unless these are probably notes from that Minerva person.
Yep. Whoever they are.
Speaking of,
From far off you hear, you fucking bitch!
back to Charlotte and Circe.
Well, I'm just saying, Circe would have said that loud enough for people to hear.
Yeah.
Well, something happened.
Oh boy.
You hid this from me?
I had no choice. sent here to rescue everyone. Me and Daya were sent here to save everyone. But we couldn't do that, could we?
But hide the secret from us for this long? Do you realize how many people are going to pinpoint you if they find out?
I know you. You know how yours and basically everyone else's memories have been erased. The last 6 months, gone. Mine too. I had even forgotten about Sphinx until they started bringing it up.
Why didn't you say anything to me? I would have understood. Like all this time of building trust led up to this?
I physically couldn't.
I can't believe you! She says before running off. Tears running through her eyes.
And now Charlotte wonders how long she has before the consequences of essentially spilling her identity catch up with her. Because the last thing she said was she physically can't.
Sphinx is gonna come in and kill her now. Probably.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm just going off because now I get where the last name comes from. It was a fucking Charlie's Angels reference.
I might have just pieced everything together.
Charlotte just stays put. She just
Like, I'm honest to God embarrassed I didn't figure it out sooner because the last name is in fact a dead giveaway if you're a fan of the series.
I would never have gotten the name because I've never or
You
even
never
heard of
watched
Charlie's Angels. I've
Mr.
never
Bosley,
heard of it.
Charlie's Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it, actually.
Oh my god.
Shall we continue, please?
Yes,
But
please.
Circe,
Yes.
where do you run to?
Anywhere but to where Charlotte is.
I'm guessing the closest are Torrance and Richie.
I was
Wrong.
right. Circe, what the heck happened? We heard you yell.
It's Charlotte!
What about her?
She's Minerva!
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
My own nation!
Well, she isn't trying to kill us, obviously, since we're all still here. And she also isn't trying to kill us because these.
Is she? Oh, wait. Yes. Circe, please. Calm down. Let's just sit down, try to relax, breathe.
I don't give a damn! I thought so you could trust me!
If I know,
Torrance just
if
hugs
so,
her.
I'm taking it Minerva's like some sort of, what is it, like, what is it? Like,
Apparently Sphinx was meant to shut down this camp. So that way they would... So that, like, they were meant as spies to infiltrate, and she wasn't the only one!
they were spies. Well, one, the first part, that probably would have been a good thing considering what we went through. Second part,
Who?
if I've seen enough James Bond movies, they don't want to put the ones they care about in danger.
Who
But
else?
Oni-san wasn't the only one! The ultimate boxer!
You mean bodyguard?
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard. The bodyguard!
Daya?
Yes!
Well, that makes sense in hindsight.
That computer had files about them! Saying how apparently they should be stopped!
Well, then, in either case, whoever owns that computer you looked at did not like them.
Well, we already knew that it must have belonged to the mastermind, but I feel so fucking hurt right now.
Well, if they were against the mastermind who put us through all this shit, they're definitely on our good side, at least.
But I understand you must still feel just hurt that she hid this from you.
This is about trust. And I get that. Trust is important.
Not only that, but if the mastermind wants to get rid of them, that means she has a big fucking target on her back. The only people that I consider family left. I want them to be gone again.
If whoever the hell that is even tries, they'll have to go through us first, okay?
And the last thing she said to me, but when saying that why couldn't she tell me, she said she physically can't. I don't even get what the fuck that means.
Once again, you should have watched some spy movies. It's all about secrecy with those guys. One spill means the rest of the organization could probably just come to kill them.
But I've been trusting her for so long. I can. If she had a major secret, I would keep it so that way she can be protected too.
Maybe Sphinx didn't care about that.
Must be big enough.
Maybe they just didn't. Maybe Sphinx just didn't care. If it was just told somebody.
I'm talking about my own nation.
Oh God. Richie?
Yeah?
Help, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do.
I'm just trying to figure out what this is because, well, spies are apparently real now, so okay. Then again, with all the other shit we went through, not fucking surprising.
Can I just stay with you guys for now?
Okay.
That's fine. I want to make something clear. I'm pretty sure she still wants to protect you, no matter what.
I know. I just didn't think that it would hurt me this much.
Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. Nobody.
And I
I've got
believe.
some left.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Sorry about that. Discord dorped on me.
And I believe
It was very fitting. It was a very fitting disconnect that I could have sworn it was intentional.
Yeah.
And guys,
Yeah.
and I believe Charlotte said an hour, and I believe an hour. Wow! In real time, an hour has passed.
Damn.
So I believe
Fitting.
it is time to reconvene.
Yeah, so the entire group gets together, is that correct?
Save for one, Charlotte is still at the still at the mastermind computer set. Guessing everyone else just climbs up to where Circe, Torrance, and Richie are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you three just see Circe just crying and Richie and Torrance just trying their hardest to comfort her.
So I think we know what Charlotte's talent is now.
She was a spy.
It's not just her, but the ultimate bodyguard too. They were part of
What?
Sphinx.
Sphinx is a spy thing, apparently.
They were meant to shut down, like, infiltrate here and try to find a way to shut down this camp.
Which, all things considered, probably would have been a good thing.
But that's not why I'm crying. I just feel so hurt that Onechan hid this.
What if it wasn't on purpose?
I know it wasn't on purpose. He's trying to protect me and all, but
Not even that, but what if she just didn't remember?
she did say that. She said she couldn't remember up until the point we brought up Sphinx.
So, that memory... Xavier just says so. That memory erasing chair seems like it made her forget.
What memory erasing chair?
Down in the lower segments, there's apparently various ways we've seen our friends executed, but also various ways where we could have been executed.
That
And
fucking bear prepared for everything.
even
I
had
know.
our portraits with stylized X's out of them. All the way at the very end was a chair to erase everyone's memories.
How much time did we lose?
I don't know.
At least the entire summer and fall.
But that's 6 months.
At least. Although, if that picture's to be believed, we don't look terribly different. I would garner maybe an extra year or 2 at the very most.
So we've lost an entire year of our lives?
Maybe more.
What was the last thing everyone remembers? Because before we're ending up here, the last thing I remember was getting on a bus.
Being
Yeah,
on
it was-
that bus
I was
ride.
getting on the bus too.
It
Being
was
on the bus after saying bye to Ma.
getting on the bus after leaving the airport and
then
telling
that
my
was-
grandmother see you later.
And that was the cutoff point.
And that's where we all woke up.
Between then and now, we have no memory of that time.
No.
God.
We lost a whole year of our lives.
3 years probably.
We've definitely lost 6 months. So it could be anywhere from 6, 18, 30.
So 4 years.
Yeah, I could do math.
It could be
36.
even be more.
You can always do math.
We've the
don't
last
even
memory
know.
was in the summer, and now it's fucking winter.
That's what we think. Remember, Monokuma shoved us in a dome. For all we know, it could be the middle of summer while it's snowing in here.
Where is Charlotte, by the way?
She's still on the computer. I couldn't, like, my heart couldn't take it anymore, so I just ran. It just needed to be away.
We'll catch her up.
She's
to speed.
alone.
I will catch her up to speed then, as Friedrich trails off to go find her.
I didn't mean to leave her alone. It's just I couldn't mentally take it.
Xavier puts his hands on Circe's shoulders and just kind of says, "What direction?"
I just went straight.
He in his head, like, that's when, like, kind of like the big flashing warning lights in his head start going off. It's like, she's alone. Guys, we have to find her.
Oh no, did I?
Xavier looks at Richie and says, "Mind looking after her?"
Yes.
Oh God, please let my own intern be alright!
We're gonna find her. Xavier looks at everyone else and says, "Come on."
Yeah, you run in the direction that I guess Circe pointed out, and she's right there.
Hey. Circe, I am so sorry.
So she didn't come with them.
Oh, I'm so...
Yeah.
Rewind, sorry. Where's Circe? Is she okay?
She's crying. But I became more worried about you.
I'm fine. Just fine.
You know this camp's reputation.
That you work out too.
Yeah. I'm just... She is okay, right?
She's with Richie. Okay. She's in good hands.
Okay. I'm just glad I don't have to hide that anymore.
At this point, the sound of crackling speakers echoes throughout the underbelly of this facility.
I've had it up to my eyeballs with you troublesome lot. Faking not one, but 2 deaths and then vanishing before you could face your punishment. Now I've had about enough of it, so let's just get together.
As the sound of some rumbling sort of shakes the facility. But after a while, it just stops.
I guess Monomi couldn't stop. I guess Monomi couldn't stall him anymore.
She tried her best.
Should we get going?
I don't think we have a choice.
At least let them have a mini reunion first, right? Like in story, they need to have at least like a mini reunion first because just they need to be happy.
Mm-hmm. Soon, all seven of them sit at the bottom of the ladder leading up to the hatch.
Actually, in that main central area where y'all had initially decided to group up, a large staircase had opened up in the floor, leading even deeper.
What?
And you are aware that this was not here before.
Whoa. Torrance
Can we
just
see?
squeezes Richie's hand.
You can see
Here.
lights sort of lined along the
here.
side of the staircase going down, and you see a familiar checker tiles arrangement. Here's that Monokuma would have us do yet another trial.
Seems to be the last one, eh?
Yep.
Can't imagine this
Now
would
or
be
never.
Can't imagine that this would be the same as any other. After all, no murder has been committed, so perhaps he
No
has
body.
a different objective.
Nothing.
We won't be using this trial to discern whom killed who, but perhaps we can finally use
Mastermind.
this to bring the mastermind to light.
Maybe.
I agree. And unlike the last trial sessions, no portraits, No assigned seating. It's just 16 witness stands. With nothing else. And then just a throne where Monokuma sits. I need to go ahead and update the crud. I need to update the trial thingy because I was not anticipating for the final class trial to be underground. So I shall leave you guys to it. Just to discuss.
If you want to say anything to the NPCs or to each other before that trial, now is the time to do so.
This is it. I can feel it. Lord have mercy on us.
There's only one way out of here. And that's by beating him.
Or her.
He was more just talking about Monokuma in general.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the mastermind.
Well, as far as they know, Monokuma's the mastermind, so. Xavier looks at the others and says, we came here a while ago. And while we might have lost a lot of friends, he kind of takes off the pirate hat he's been wearing for a long time.
For Bonnie.
Yeah. At least I can say this. Doesn't matter what he throws at us. We'll beat him.
I hope so.
Friedrich descends down the stairs.
Circe follows Richie and the others.
Torrance. Not Torrance. Charlotte is last.
Yeah.
You're still one of us. Come on.
Okay.
Let's give it everything. Let's just give it everything we've got.
I think
Yes,
we can do
Wisteria?
this. We've been through hell, but we're still standing. 7 of us. And if we have been able to overcome everything so far, I fail to see how we can't overcome what's facing us now.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
I think
If you say you hope so, that means there's room for doubt. But if you
Which-
say I know so, that changes. Sorry.
And so,
no, don't apologize. You are right. I know we can do this. We've come through everything. I know. There's no doubt in my mind that we have what it takes.
and so you all take your seats. You basically give yourself your assigned witness stands this time. Although I guess you probably would all like to stick together.
You all sort of clump to one side so that
Yeah.
The empty stands are all on the Monokuma side, as you are all face off against him, sitting atop his throne.
And of
Well.
course, Monomi is in a cage.
Well, well. What a very peculiar set of events we have here. Normally,
The shit bear.
Normally, I would try to enact punishment on those two, pointing to Friedrich and Torrance, for duping us all out of a class trial. But there's nothing against the rules, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to let it slide.
Monomi sticks her tongue out.
And why this trial?
I believe that you know too much. This killing game is starting to lose its mystique, its panache. So, I figure we might as well have the trial to end all trials. The final class trial that will decide your fates.
Whether we all live or die, I guess.
Life, death, hope, despair, lies, truth. Two sides of the same coin, as they say. But I suppose this is where you all want to figure it all out, to piece it together. So tell me, brave ultimates, what do you know?
That we've had our memories erased.
Oh, very classic. You figured that out quick. Although it wasn't too much of a surprise after all. I did leave the machine lying around.
Wait.
For how
Oh, wait, sorry. Go ahead.
but for how long, that's the question.
That is. But does it matter?
Another thing to point out is that 2 members of Sphinx was under our noses.
Sphinx. They've proven to be quite the thorn in our side, after all. I bet the thought of 2 traitors amongst a school of ultimates really gets under your skins.
Charlotte
Nah.
turns away.
Nah.
Bear that forces us to kill each other gets deeper.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That reminds me, what exactly was Sphinx?
Sphinx is an espionage organization.
So basically, they're MI6 from James Bond.
And apparently, Charlotte was a member.
As well as the bodyguard.
Ah, yeah. Very peculiar.
They wanted to stop this. They wanted to stop the killings in the school, but apparently that mission couldn't last.
Especially considering Daya died.
I seem to recall that during Grace's trial, a tape of Daya did come up, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
did.
He seemed to know more than we let on. I believe that there's no room for doubt that he was a member.
A tape of everyone came up. Everyone who had died previously.
Charlotte couldn't have remembered that until we brought up Sphinx.
Mm-hmm. That message Daya sent, that was for me.
Wait. If Charlotte truly was unaware, then Daya must have been as well. After all, he died before any mention of Sphinx came up among this group.
But what if the tape was
That's
made
impossible.
before? But what if the tape was made before all this shit happened?
It
What were you
could,
saying, Xavier?
No, we don't know exactly when our memory.
Xavier,
yeah.
hold on. remember, we all got boxes from that was supposed to be our way of killing each other. The motive. What if Daya's box? Something clicked in his box that made him remember.
We'll never know what was in that box.
That or he received that message. Or I did. That message was in my care package. He must have made it before the memory wipe.
Does that mean that he anticipated this?
More than likely. If he did regain his memory when he got his box, he would have done whatever he could to do that.
Perhaps he did. Do you remember when, right before Dia died, he was speaking with somebody?
Charlotte.
Yeah, he did speak to Onicha.
Mainly about that. But also about possibly leaving Sphinx.
Y'all wanted to quit.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're one of us.
Always will be.
Like from her head, you can't see her eyes.
Oh. And fuck. You can tell that Charlotte still misses him dearly.
What else can you tell us about Sphinx? What were you planning to do here at Hope's Peak West?
We were sent here to investigate the murder of one of the faculty members.
Which we did find in one of the files.
Grace's dad was meant to be a
Martinez
teacher there.
person was related to Grace.
Yep. He was the father.
We were given titles to go undercover as students. I was originally supposed to go as the ultimate analytical prowess.
That would have been a dead giveaway, wasn't it?
Probably. That's probably why I forgot that part of my mission too.
You cut off. Can you please repeat that?
That's probably how I forgot that part. Couldn't even remember what my own undercover story was supposed to be. But of course I couldn't just say that I was the ultimate spy, though. Could I?
Yeah. That would have been a dead giveaway.
Yep.
So,
What did you learn of that murder?
he was murdered to keep quiet. He found out about the truth of Hope's Peak West, likely.
That was a fucking jape. A ruse. Even Speckledorf.
That's not even a word. I agree with you.
Thank you for getting the reference.
That would mean Lawrence.
What about
About
Lawrence?
What about
Lawrence was the one that killed Daya.
We did figure that out in chapter
But
We
Lawrence
did
had
figure
no
that
way
out
of knowing about the
some
Martinez
time ago.
murder.
Yeah.
Lawrence could have known about the Martinez. I mean, as far as I know, Lawrence had no idea about this and just chose Daya because Daya.
And plus, we both said that we had no family to return to.
Saying you have no family makes it easier to cover up any past. Spy movies have taught me anything, it's that.
You guys don't think that I did this, did you?
No, obviously not.
No.
Good. Sorry.
Oh, hold
like,
on.
you guys
My sister would not be. My sister was not responsible for this.
Who's to say that any of us were? Sure, Martinez was murdered by somebody at Hope's Peak, but there's no evidence to suggest that it was anyone here now, was it?
Unless they were a child of the tragedy.
Child of the tragedy?
Yeah,
What do you mean by that?
basically the children that basically the children of those that survived the first killing game.
The time the world ended, as Monomi put it.
The first most tragic, most despair-induced event in human history.
Or the
tragedy for short.
Or the really long named tragedy. Or whatever.
What if there isn't any evidence that it was someone at Hope's Peak? Because it was erased from our memories.
Probably. Like, I was the first person to read those emails, and from what I've gathered, the original Hope's Peak was in on it, and then backed out.
Oh.
So they got cold feet.
No.
If it was all about this, I can see why they got cold feet.
It's more than just cold feet. This is more than just some legal issue of branding. Whatever it is that is happening at Hope's Peak West, it's enough that the original Hope's Peak wanted absolutely no part in it.
And so we were basically made to stay here.
We agreed on this.
Why here, though? Why at this camp and not the academy itself?
And why? And why Canada, of all places?
I mean, it's past the American border.
That's a place
Maybe
people
just
would want.
media things.
I mean, when people think Hope's Peak West, they would think America, not Canada.
The obvious idea of everyone outside of America's idea of a foreign country is America. They use the cliche to their advantage, it seems.
Although I guess that made things a little easier for me since, well, Sphinx is located here in British Columbia.
Guess we can call you Canada's finest, eh?
God damn it, Richie.
Why?
So so we covered mostly as much as we could about the Martinez murder, but what about the children?
The children of despair.
Some of them are adults now.
Not necessarily.
They were born during the tragedy,
And that was,
around
like,
2010,
decades ago.
2012.
And it's 20.
And it's 2020 something.
And it's 2020X.
It's plausible that perhaps the children of the tragedy may have had children of their own.
And so
What if it was us?
I'm pretty sure we'd remember our
Would we?
parents being our parents just having us raised on being sadomasochists and some shit.
Yeah,
Would we?
We would remember.
Friedrich sort of widens his eyes. It's like, all of you, tell me about your parents.
Okay.
I never knew my parents. I was raised by my grandmother.
My parents tried to kill me. She slowly reveals the bullet wound that was in her chest. I was supposed to die, but somehow I lived and ran away. That's how I became homeless.
Mom was good. Dad wasn't.
Same. Dad's like kind of getting better at it though.
At least your dad tries.
Out of character, there's one discrepancy.
What?
Technically, you know, Sega.
Oh yeah. Anyway, shall we keep going?
Yeah.
I think Wisteria.
Yeah, Jay's parents. Your parents.
My parents. Well, I don't really have too much to say about them. Hardly talk to them. They always thought my fascination with death was interesting and brought them bad luck. But I think parents aren't really something that should define who you are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But it is important for this instance. The fact that all of you remember who your parents were, save one, is incredibly telling.
I was essentially born in Sphinx.
She's a spy. A kid spy. Do you think they're gonna let her get attached?
What I'm getting at is, if being a grandchild of the tragedy, so to speak, would cause you to stand out, then that memory should have been erased. But if not, then there would be no need to erase it. Which means that if you can clearly recall your parents, you should not be a grandchild of the tragedy.
So no one among us is a grandchild of the tragedy.
I did not say that. I did say that our memories are... I did say that our memories would tell us, but we could easily be lying. There's no way for us to prove what we do and don't remember.
Circe doesn't say anything.
Although...
What about those who died?
Yes.
Daya, to my understanding, had no family either. He was taken in by Sphinx when he was a child.
We can probably rule him out, as well as Grace. After all, her father was murdered by someone at Hope's Peak West. I can only imagine that the murderer would be a child of the tragedy and not the victim.
Bonnie, I believe, recalled her parents fondly.
Mm-hmm.
Being raised in the high seas, mostly detached from society.
Perfect place for parents of despair.
Also the perfect place to avoid it.
I'm afraid Eric is also inconclusive. I'm not certain if anyone ever asked about his family.
All we know is that you killed his girlfriend, and this started this whole thing.
Thank you for reminding me.
What about,
Lawrence,
Oh, go ahead.
Lawrence is also in the clear. After all, his parents were his motive, after all.
What about your parents?
My parents. They were wealthy, but quite unremarkable. If there's anything worth noting, is that they were quite enabling.
Mm-hmm. What about Vance?
I recall no mention of him either. Also inconclusive.
I guess the same thing could be said about Demi, too.
And Antonio.
But we can't rule them. They're dead.
That is entirely true. If any of the deceased were the mastermind, then this killing game would have ended as soon as they did.
That Demi trying to kill the mastermind is proof enough of that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't particularly... I'm not going to finish that sentence because I am afraid YouTube might cut.
Can't exactly control a game if you're not there to control it.
Or at least not behind the scenes, that is.
Although, that might not necessarily be the case. The Mother Kuma system, it was getting signals from New York, where the academy is.
Which means that perhaps the real mastermind is located at Hope's Peak West itself?
Or they're long dead.
I doubt it. Someone has to keep the AI system clean and running from any viruses.
That is true. I'm trying to think of what else. What else did you guys find?
There's another puzzling matter. We found the execution chambers. The ones used for those who have already passed, and ones not yet used. The curious thing about that is, there were 16 machines total. One for each of us. If the mastermind is among us, then that can only stand to reason that they were indeed willing to die from the very beginning. Otherwise, why would they have built a 16th machine?
Probably the same reason why, I don't know, maybe their old memory was erased.
I mean, it makes sense if their memory was erased.
I'm just wondering why, if the mastermind is still here, why would they erase their own memory?
To lead off the suspicion. I mean...
That is one idea.
I mean, if you committed a crime, wouldn't you want to cover up your tracks?
Going so far as to wipe your own memory of it, however, I would think that could prove detrimental instead.
Well,
Wouldn't you?
yes, but it would be effective to keep people off your trail.
True.
I mean, people are desperate enough to get away with it.
But
wouldn't you want your memory intact to enjoy it?
So, what other reason could there be?
You know, I just thought of something. Who is to say the mastermind did erase the memory?
What do you mean?
What if they're acting like they lost their memory?
Then that would mean that they would know something about the events that unfolded that we wouldn't.
Exactly.
How many times was that machine used?
I could hardly say, but it seemed to use quite a lot of its power. It would not be a stretch to say that it was used on all 16 of us.
Monokuma,
Yes.
if the
Oh.
machine was used, what percentage of its battery would be left after one student?
Let's see. A single wipe of memory costs about 4% of the total battery. Judging from the amount of juice still remaining, it's currently at. It's currently at 36%.
36.
That means it was used a total of 16 times.
The mastermind did wipe their own memory.
Why?
As I expected.
Even if that were the case, the mastermind wouldn't even get to reap the rewards of being the mastermind. They
Well,
would be suffering along with the rest of us.
Not exactly.
There are more.
maybe that was the point.
Come again?
Maybe that was the point. From what like I do recall of the tragedy, the remnants and the children, they were like super obsessed with despair. What if they erased their memories so they could feel it genuinely like the rest of us?
That would make sense if they were so intent on feeling despair.
And that would explain why their memory was wiped. But yet, can't help but think they might have forgotten something. Forgotten to forget, so to speak.
Hmm?
I feel like it's just there. There's something at the edge of our knowledge, but we don't know what we're supposed to know.
Do you know what the executions were in detail for each of us?
In
Bonnie's was a
detail.
pirate ship.
Well, we've all witnessed 4 executions thus far. I feel no need to reinstate them again.
I think she's talking
along
about
with
the
my-
ones that haven't been used.
along with my own, of course. Let me recall. It was a large mechanical dragon, obviously meant for Xavier.
St. George meth.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to wager a guess, I would say that the gigantic cast iron pot would be meant for Circe.
At least
Rich.
I go down the cliche route of the Salem witch trials.
Giant drums. Richie.
Well, duh.
It's an oversized coffin for Wisteria.
And for me.
Yeah, you didn't mention what was for Nick.
I believe. One moment. I gotta look something up.
I am currently on the dock, and should I put those under unused content?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can put Charlotte's unused content now.
Yeah.
Probably. Holy shit, is Charlotte not her real name?
Yeah,
Close.
go ahead.
I do recall seeing something quite similar to Daya's. It did have your name on it, quite literally.
What are you talking about?
An obstacle course, dummies in suits, and a pistol with Minerva written on it. But I do hope that you'll explain your thought process on this. What do the machines have to do with it?
Is Friedrich asking Monokuma right now?
No, he's asking. Well,
He's
it was
asking
Charlotte.
you.
Yeah, he's asking
Oh.
Charlotte.
He's asking He's essentially he's essentially taken one of the training rooms from one of the obstacle courses that I would train in, and decided to, I'm guessing, put a deadly twist on that. I'm guessing putting my name there on the pistol will probably serve as a final
Wait,
nail
so
in
is
the
Charlotte
coffin.
not even your real name?
It was an alias that was arranged for me.
Well, might as well spill it now.
Well, I already told you guys. I said Charlotte is Minerva.
So is that your real name? Yes?
Yes.
You have to
Okay.
assume so.
Friedrich was close when he was saying Minerva was a code name given to their best agents. For me, it was my birth name.
That'll take some getting used to.
But that means whoever built these machines knew who you were. They knew that you were an agent of Sphinx, correct?
I'm sorry, I have to let this out of my system. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Wait, I don't get
What?
it.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Sorry.
I'm
the
guessing so. This probably wasn't the first time I have been open about my actual identity to people.
But that means that somebody would have to have learned it, who learned that you were Minerva in the first place. I mean, Dia was likely the most likely candidate, but we've already ruled him out.
Then, would it have to be one of us then?
One of us would have had to
Yes.
have known that Minerva would have known about Minerva before any of us did.
Mm-hmm.
But then, which one of
How?
us?
But that is the question. How do we prove that?
I don't know. If
You don't have to.
what do you mean?
I said you don't have to. Because I
Richie?
confess.
What?
Richie?
What are you
There's no way.
What are you confessing to?
This is my fault.
Richie, what are you talking about?
Well, I was more of the fall guy than anything else.
What?
Richie, come on, stop joking with us.
I don't think
Xavier.
he is.
I'm sorry.
The connection was set in New York. And him being from Queens, well,
Come on.
And
Monokuma, please tell me he's joking, please.
I'm not allowed to weigh in one way or the other. I'm only allowed to do what the mastermind tells me to do. And you can't
I allow
tell
you
me
to
that.
confess, and I allow you to say it.
What
Dumb
was that?
assholes. And I allow you dumb assholes to say it.
Richie, you're not the mastermind.
No.
Was, apparently. Believe me, I didn't know either. Not until I saw her die did I click. And I hated every second of it. Every second.
What?
Come on, Richie.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, this can't be it. No.
I also raise an objection.
Yes, I raise
What?
an objection.
If Richie really was the mastermind, he would have been jerking us around from the very start. But I haven't even heard him say the command phrase once. He's just trying to bluff.
You don't believe me?
No?
Oh!
Fine. Fine then. What would Kristen do?
Standing by.
What?
Richie, why?
The only person who really showed me care before you guys.
No!
And you
No,
that doesn't answer why you just I just start this in the first place.
Oh my
Believe me,
God.
I'm gonna try to answer myself that question too.
Oh
It
my
was the
God.
worst.
No.
Xavier just kind of takes a few steps back away from Richie.
If you all hate me, I'd understand. I'd always
The
understand.
nightmares.
What do you think? That's what they were
They
about.
weren't nightmares.
They
were
were
your
like-
memories.
Your memories.
Oh
I didn't
my
even
God.
realize. I didn't even realize that till the moment you died, Torrance. And that's when it clicked. I wanted myself to feel all this pain, apparently. But I probably.
This is all
I was
my
the
fault.
fucking.
This is all my fault.
Shut. It's not your fault, okay?
If I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have agreed to his plan.
No.
If he.
No. What matters now is your life.
To let the mastermind out. You were doing
Let me
good.
say my words and just let me say my piece. I did the whole part about me getting hit only because of Kristen. That's true. I did only get here from stupid luck and happenings, but I was a child. I was a grandchild of despair. My dad. He was one of those children. My mom was rehabilitated. My dad was not. He was not good, to say the least. And so, he raised me up like him. But I was still pretty good at percussion, I guess. And so Kristen cared for me, and Kristen noticed that. Kristen saw the little boy who was just self-hating, self-loathing, and didn't know what to do with his life. I took him in. So, I played. Eventually, that damn bamboozlement came to recruit her. And she insisted I go instead. Those that I know, it was just another front organization to do one of these. And well, once they learned of my heritage, they filled me in.
And you agreed to that?
I know. I hate myself for doing it too. And so, when they all came up and said, "We want you to be the mastermind," I agreed wholeheartedly. I was the one who suggested I wipe my own memory to make myself feel more despair. And I guess, in a way, it saved me. Because now I can see how much of an asshole I was. Now I can see how much of you all mean to me. Now I can see maybe what I would have been like if I was convinced something life was better than just despair and hope. If life was just about life.
I too have a confession.
Yes.
My last name. That's not what my family's last name is. I only adopted that because I was shunned from the family. If we're gonna go out with a bang, I might as well say it. My real name is Circe Togami.
What?
He was a member of the Future Foundation, was he?
He was, but he didn't know me because my parents killed me because a witch being the inheritor of the big family They saw it as just a disgrace.
In another lifetime, I'm guessing it probably would be you here instead of him, but I'm guessing special circumstance brought you here anyway, and it brought you to. It allowed you to basically be the sister I never had.
Same here.
Honestly, with this, they're probably going to start their backup plan. But
What backup plan?
I can just say, the only one who might get hurt is me.
No, tell us. You are our friend. I don't care if you work for an organization bent to stop this. What was their backup plan?
Out of character, should this be where the other ones take control, or?
You know what? No.
I guess we're just throwing out that plan either way.
Might as well say now or forever hold your peace.
They're probably going to try to just do one last vote to kill me.
I refuse.
No way.
Everyone?
If you are the mastermind, why even have a vote at all? You could spare yourself immediately.
I don't think that's fair. And I don't want you guys to suffer.
I don't give a damn about the rules. I want you to live.
All right, players.
It's time for the real vote.
You see on your podiums the screen light up, but it's not similar to the voting screen that you used for the other trials. No, there are only 2 buttons.
Mercy
and
cruelty.
Or cruelty.
I was okay.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
right. I accidentally made a theme.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Green. Let him speak.
If you vote mercy, if everyone votes mercy, Richie lives, gets to go home with you. If a single person votes cruelty, Richie dies, and everyone else still lives. It has to. You all don't send your votes to Venus or Green. You send them to me. And that. So either way. And I believe the NPCs' votes are already decided.
Yes.
Because I'm going to confess, I knew I was the mastermind since the beginning of Chapter 4. I've been planning the story out with Venus and Green for about a month and a half. And this was literally one of the hardest secrets I ever had to keep.
Okay.
So
ready.
just
Are we ready?
do your final vote. Does he live?
Also, nice first wall break.
Or does he die? Send your votes now. I'll be back in 2 minutes after breathing a little.
Okay.
I vote for him to live.
DM them.
You have to send it to him.
Yeah, DM them to him.
To Richie?
To Richie,
Yes.
yes. At least we know one vote that's been confirmed.
Sorry, I
But-
didn't know that we were going to say it. I thought we were going to send it to Richie.
We are sending him, yes. And, remember, the vote has to be unanimous. All 3 of you have to decide the same way. Just let us know if you sent it to him. This is probably going to be the hardest decision that you guys would have to make throughout this entire campaign.
And I thought the one-ship challenge was painful.
God damn it, Bendy!
So, we know Circe sent her vote in. Xavier,
Wisteria sent hers in.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, Xavier's struggling. Just let me know. Just let us know when you sent it in.
Has everyone gotten their votes in?
Circe and Wisteria did. They
Travis,
said,
we're just waiting for you.
Why the fuck do you have to make it hard for me?
Don't fucking pull a yog.
I'm not. Look, Xavier's not falling on his own sword.
They're not dying either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I'm not trying to pull this out for dramatic effect. I just can't choose.
Well, you gotta.
It should be a simple one. Do you kill your friend, or do you let him live, even though he's killed more of your friends?
Can I phone a friend?
No!
Oh my god.
Hurry up, we haven't got all day!
I know.
Oh my god.
Like, we all agreed to do a one and done here.
I have butterflies in my stomach right now.
I sent it.
Oh my god. And the NPCs have sent their votes in too.
What is it?
I told you not to pull a yog. He dies.
What? Fuck her!
Oh no.
Daddy!
And so,
Oh fuck.
Richie expected this. Travis, just everyone. I'm sorry. Xavier,
Richie.
I took you everything away. I took her away from you. I can never take that back. Hysteria. Of all the people here, you were the one I trusted most of all. Always keep your head up high.
That's...
Minerva, Circe, take care of each other. Because I know you can. You're family now. And that's the most important thing of all. Friedrich, you've been kind of a jerk, but you've been a jerk who's always right. You're smart. You have the potential to go far. Keep that with you. And Torrance. Torrance, keep going for me, okay? I love you so very much.
Gee.
Engage final program.
Engaging. Spears of Gugnir.
And just like that, small panels in the floor open up underneath Richie as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spikes of metal thrust themselves through his chest.
I love you guys so
Richie.
much.
Oh my god. And dang it, we had this execution planned out too, but fuck! Fucking damn it! You know what?
This works better with the tragic event anyways. Put in unused content.
Okay. Oh my god.
And
As-
it prevents Albuquerque from happening. So woohoo!
Oh my god.
As Richie's head falls limp and the light leaves his eyes, there is silence except for a haunting jingle. Ding dong dong ding. And then suddenly Monokuma animates once more. A body has been oh my. Right out in the open this time. Well, this is a surprise, but I'm a little disappointed. So, you all saw who did it, correct? The one who voted cruelty.
No.
And
Which
you
one of
know,
you fucking did it?
and
They're
you
never gonna know. They're never
Torrance.
gonna know. And
Torrance just holds him in her arms once the spears go down.
Like, Circe
Xavier
scared. She's practically pissed this time.
Xavier just falls to his knees.
Which one you
Xavier's not even looking at the others.
This is the second time since Demi's trial that Wisteria was publicly crying in front of the other people.
And I believe the person who voted cruelty is making themselves very publicly known.
You bastard!
Green, will you allow me the honor of controlling Monokuma this once?
go right ahead.
As you can see, the person who voted cruelty will not die. They will instead live with the guilt, live with the idea that they killed an innocent man, the last victim of the Children of Despair. Because dying is easy, kiddos. Living is much, much harder. Go ahead and figure out a way to leave if you want. There are a couple loopholes to get out of here. Either way, have a nice life. And then he's gone.
Xavier looks at everyone and says, "He took my hope."
Well, guess what?
Well, guess
That's-
what, asshole?
No,
Live for what you did.
I got a final speech.
Okay.
There's
Go
no
ahead.
turning back now, assholes. There's no fucking turning back now, Travis. You did this. You
Yeah, I
did this.
I
There
know.
isn't
Let the man
no,
speak.
No,
this
but
isn't
that's
right.
character.
This
That's
isn't a
character.
fucking visual novel. This is real fucking life. Someone died. Someone died. Because you couldn't get over it. And now, you have to live with that.
It's over. It's actually over.
But at what cost?
Somehow it feels like we got the bad ending.
Yeah.
If only,
He did.
if only this was as simple as something that could be written off in endings. He didn't have to die, you know.
Torrance just wants to be left alone right now.
Circe just runs over to Minerva and gives her a hug. Like, she could obviously tell that Circe was crying because of the tears getting onto her clothes.
Minerva leaves.
With me in tow, because remember,
Sisters.
yeah.
Xavier just looks at everyone and says, "Sorry."
Sorry won't bring him back.
Sorry won't bring Bonnie back either. And with that,
But
go ahead.
letting him live wouldn't bring anybody back either.
And with that, Chapter 6 draws to a close. Chapter 6 is over.
Damn.
We technically still have the epilogue. Fuck, I forgot. I didn't have anything prepared for the bad ending. Fuck.
I'll handle it from here.
No, I mean like asset-wise, I don't have anything for the bad ending.
Let him take over.
We cut to maybe a few weeks in the future. Xavier sits inside the camp dome, watching the outside world change around him. The summer trees turn an autumn shade of red, and it looks like it's getting colder. But in here, it's still warm. It's still summer. Now that the Mastermind and Mother Kuma are no more, there is nothing to change within the facility. The food automatically restocks and the like, but you are alone. Every time you pass by a spot where a classmate's body once lied, it's like a knife in the heart. That knife gets a little smaller every time, but it's still there. It doesn't go away. Outside the dome, the remaining 5 survivors?
6.
No, it's Friedrich, Bonnie, Torrance.
Friedrich, Bonnie,
No,
Torrance,
Friedrich, Charlotte, Torrance.
Circe,
Wisteria, and
Xavier,
Circe.
yeah, 6.
That's 5. That's 5.
Leave Minerva, because
It's 5. We had 7.
I
Richie
know,
died.
but-
One person died,
Mar-
though.
that Charlotte, even though her name is actually Minerva.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying. So the 5 who escaped. Some time has passed. Friedrich has since made himself very hard to find. After he parted ways outside the camp dome, none of you have seen or heard from him since. One can only assume what he is up to. If anything at all. Maybe he's somewhere back in Europe. Maybe not. After this event has unfolded, what do the others do with themselves?
What about you, Sega? What did Minerva do?
Minerva and Circe, they stay together. That's not gonna change. She ends up quitting Sphinx, even though it has literally been her life since birth.
But after today, I understand if she wanted to quit just because there was already enough heartache as it is.
Mm-hmm.
especially with what happened at the
Yeah.
Though I would think that they would also get in contact with Future Foundation.
To reconnect with the Tagami family, in a sense.
Yeah, because they both they both believe that they don't even know each other because at the time he was practically a baby.
Mm-hmm. Wisteria.
Yeah.
What does she do?
Well, Wisteria parted ways, hasn't really spoken much. He went back to Iceland and is just recruiting in her village. She took up a librarian job.
As one does. What about Torrance?
Xavier.
Yeah,
What does he do?
Xavier eventually goes down to the final trial room, heads to the memory wiping machine, and writes himself a note, sets it on a table before sitting in the chair, and says, "My only way to escape this hell I've made is to do this." And he wipes his own memory.
Of everything?
Everything but Bonnie. And when he wakes up, he sees the note and says, "Huh. My name's... I don't remember my name." And he just eventually leaves the dome. Not knowing his own name, but not knowing why this person Bonnie is important to him.
And I'd honestly rather not say what happened to Torrance.
Oh no, don't tell me.
I won't.
Hear me it.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious now that you mentioned it.
I won't say it on stream or in call because
Well, that's why I said to mention it again. I won't say what it is on stream.
I'd just rather not it be discussed while we're live on the air.
Oh God.
And so you've all drifted, with the exception of Circe and Charlotte. Everyone's basically drifted.
Apart.
And that's how the Killing School campaign comes to an end.
Or at least this campaign.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna reveal one thing that I've been meaning to reveal, but have not had a proper chance to yet. This entire campaign. Do you remember back the motive when they had the secrets in the envelopes?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that? You kind of cut out of it.
Chapter
did
1's
I?
motive.
Yes. Well, if you do
I still didn't hear
remember,
a word of that. Is my connection fucking up?
perhaps is everyone else able to hear me, or is it mine?
I can
Yeah,
hear
I can
you.
hear you.
Okay. So, if you remember, Wisteria made like a big deal out of burning that envelope like immediately. Because her secret was that she forged the cause of death for somebody to cover a friend who murdered somebody. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that was the same thing for me. That's why I revealed that I was like one of the Togami members, because that was
Yeah.
what's actually on my mind.
Well, if this is how it ends, then
This is how it ends.
that's the end of the Killing School campaign.
Wow. I was hoping that we'd get the good ending. Where everyone picked Mercy and everyone and the 7 of you got to leave together.
I thought that too! Like, what the fuck?
That's the ending I expected. I mean, Wisteria wasn't off in saying that we won technically, but
At what cost?
she didn't think that this is how it would go down.
They all feel.
Yeah.
And you betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
And with that, for the last time, we officially sign off. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.